the clap once if you can hear me. Like, people still do that now, and I'm like, we're all still 8 years old in adult bodies, but it works. Like, that's the weird part. I'm like, oh, I'm so ready to come to attention. I guess they trained us for that, right? School. That's what school is. Although there's several people who are not Americans in here, I don't know what school looks like for you, but school for us doesn't look like thinking. It looks like becoming workers. So that's what we do in America, and that's why we have so many stupid adults. I didn't say that, except I did. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 6 people here today. That's fun. I had 40 on the meetup. Where are they? Did they get lost? Are they scared of me? I don't know, it depends. Last time I had 60 people signed up and like 9 came, but it was raining. It's a perfect day outside. So I've had 30 people in here. I mean, I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I do zero marketing for this class. It's, I do marketing in all other areas of my life. So this is just a passion project, which I guess I'll tell you more about. Hello, friends. Yes, I'm going to use this microphone because I don't feel like yelling over or projecting over you. Hello, new friend coming in. Please join us. I'm also using this microphone so that you can observe what good microphone placement looks like, because I'm sure many of you will get up here and use this microphone and you'll start doing this. And you'll start talking, all right, I can hear you for a second, and then you tell your story over here. And we're sitting here going, please speak into the microphone. Who here has been to a pitch event at Capital Factory or just in Austin? There's many of them, right? How many of you have seen a really great product, but the person who delivered the product was or down here, or just mumbling so much you don't really know what they're talking about, and you're like, okay, what is this? Who trained you? Have you taken a lesson? Does your CEO know that you're doing this? If you're the CEO, does the COO know that you're doing this? Please, someone, please make this end. Is it 30 seconds up yet? Okay, it's up. Wait, great job. What was that? What were they talking about? It's that kind of thing. So that's actually what happened. I went to a Fiesta. I heard somebody talking about Fiesta. Shout out Fiesta, which it's a great thing, but like you need to train your people. I got really annoyed watching all of these amazing startups founders not know how to speak. I'm sorry, not sorry, that's why I'm here. And I just got so excited that I had a few tools to help them speak with more conviction and confidence and excitement and entertainment so that they can make real money. Because what good is a product if you can't market it or sell it? And I know a thing or two about both of those. So why should you even listen to me? I'm just this crazy person on the microphone trying to be a little bit funny because it's been a weird day, a weird week, a weird year, a weird decade, right? My name is Sammy Sadacario. I have been on stage since I was 8 years old. I'm 30 years old, about to be 31, so it's a very long time of mastering the microphone and mastering stage presence. When COVID hit, I had just finished a cruise job. I was a cruise director and a Barbra Streisand impersonator. No, I will not do my Barbra Streisand impersonation right now, but I might at some point when you're not expecting it, because it's more fun that way. Otherwise, it's too much like dance, monkey, dance, and I gave that up years ago. When COVID hit, I had jumped both feet into the coaching industry because I went, I'm really good at directing. I'm really good at guiding people. Let me see if I can do it in this way and support myself as an actress. And, COVID hit and the acting world kind of paused or went online, and I went full force of coaching, found my way to Austin, and people started asking me to teach them how to sing and how to deliver their keynote speeches. And I went, well, that's fun. I think I know a thing or two about those things. Let's see if I can help. And then I built a whole brand around it. Now, what's really funny is I was just telling Elijah, I've been busting my ass. And yes, I curse on this microphone. This is my class. I've been busting my ass to get this brand out there. I've been working so hard to bring us to law firms and to Capital Factory. I see here, Capital Factory. And honestly, another better opportunity just came my way where I am working in the music industry with really big stars and really excited about it. So this class is no longer a funnel for my coaching and more just a community offering, which is even more fun, honestly, which is kind of why I'm a little like, who knows what's going to happen today, because I kind of get to experiment. One of the reasons why I call this class Public Speaking Playground is because this has been my playground. This class has been the place where I have learned how to become a better teacher. Oh my gosh, but not a better microphone. I didn't turn this on. There we go. This is why you have an AV person. You have somebody else. That's okay. I do all the things here. So this class has been my playground. This is where I've learned to teach. I do give keynote presentations all around the country. I teach presentation skills. I still have a bunch of those lined up for this year, so that's not going away. So we are still playing with that. Now, here's the thing. This is an interactive experience. So although I have a whole thing planned that I could do, in the end, you might need something completely different than what I have planned. And I would rather you leave here with a transformation than just with your head filled with things I wanted to talk about. How does that sound? Yeah? Okay, cool. So there's a few rules in this class. Are you ready? I said there would be rules. We did learn rules in school. Did I say there would be rules? I don't know. This is me practicing stand-up, clearly. There are 4 rules. Number 1, you must play. Number 1 is you must play. In order to have any kind of learning experience or transformational experience, please come with an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to get weird. The weirder you get, the bigger you get, the more you will get out of this class. I've seen it time and time again. The people who come to this class and stay in their shells, they leave going, wow, that was really cool watching other people get out of their shells. The people who go full force and say, I'm going to do something different and something new, those are the people who message me afterwards and say, oh my God, I just pitched my product for $500,000 and got it. That's the difference. So you can either be somebody who is watching other people succeed, or you can be the person going out of there succeeding. And the difference between the two, the bridge, is play. That's also what creates neuroplasticity, is play. Play, play, play. So I ask you to play. Number 2, I ask you to use your voice. We're going to be using our voice in this class, okay? And what is my number 3? Yes, please raise your right hand. I invite you to raise your right hand. I solemnly swear that I, name, will use these newfound superpowers for good. To influence and not manipulate. Thank you. Perfect. When we start talking about charisma, when I start giving you the keys to charisma, there's 2 ways it can go. To influence or manipulate. Yes, there's middle ground there. Of course there's gray. Of course it's not all black and white. But there's always that one guy that goes, isn't that what narcissists do? And I go, well, it depends on how you're using it, bro. So why don't you tell me? Look in the mirror. I have a feeling that that's what you need to do. We didn't say that, though, in that class. That was a really good class. We had several huge breakthroughs. Hi, welcome. Are you here to do some public speaking with us? No, he's not. I'm trying to find the other teacher. Sorry. Trying to find another meetup. Bye. See you next time. Sometimes they stay, sometimes they don't. So here's what I have on the agenda today. I wanted to get up here and get a little weird, see what came out of my mouth. You know, I never know. Sometimes I have like massive breakthroughs while I'm on the microphone talking to this class and figure out this is what we're going to do next in my YouTube channel and podcast, which, by the way, I have very few YouTube channel subscribers. Help me, I'm trying to get to 200. I only have 4 actual edited videos out right now, but I have 14 more that are in the queue. Really exciting about a lot of the concepts we're going to be talking about today. Authority, sales, how women can speak up and use their voice in a man's world of business without sounding bossy. Very, very key. How men can use their voice to speak up for themselves. The dichotomy and all of the BS that we're currently seeing around women's roles and men's roles. And when I say BS, I mean that men's voices matter too. And that's what I mean by that. I teach a lot of men's groups. Very passionate about that. And I'm really passionate about women learning how to use what we have in order to be heard without yelling at men and without just sounding like their moms, because that's the problem when we get into that bossy place. Yes, I do speak to attorneys about that just like that. The reason why the men in your office won't listen to you is because you're yelling at them like their mom. Like, duh, who wants that? I don't want that. Why would I want to follow a boss who does that? So these are some of the tools that we use today. Are any of you here today because you are a founder of a startup or you're in sales of some sort and you are selling or pitching a product? Okay, we've got two. Cool. What's the product? You make lettered backpacks? Cool. In Brazil? Oh, cool. Awesome. And what's your product? One more time. So your product helps websites. Oh, appear on Google results faster. That's great. I had that problem. It took a long time for voiceexperts.com to get onto Google results. So that's cool. There's a real need for that problem. And I have a lettered backpack, so I also see the value of that product. Why else? Why else are you here? Why are you here?
I'm a financial planner, and I'm planning to start having seminars for women. So I work with professional women and entrepreneurs to help them with their financial wellness. So I'm a second language speaker. That's something that I keep telling myself is really bad. I know that it's a limiting belief. I want to feel comfortable in front of like hundreds of people and talk. So that's the reason I like trying to look into different avenues and gain some courage, I would say, to encourage us out there.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for your courage. Who else here is has English as a second language speaker? The majority of people here, right? You're both English as second language, right? Sorry, third. Okay, so meaning, like, I mean, how cool is that, though, right? It's already so hard to learn marketing and sales skills. Like, can you imagine for also needing to learn English and marketing? Like, English is the #1 language of business, right, in the world. That's so hard. Congratulations, you've done a really hard thing. You're already on your way. Count your wins. That's so cool. One little tip, I do work and have worked with about a dozen or so students where English is their second or third language, and they want to speak more clearly in English to do business in America. And the #1 thing that I have them do, and that I have everybody do, but particularly, is sing. So if you're not already singing along to American music, I invite you to start doing that. That's where you're going to start shaping your mouth around the words and using the fullness of your mouth, understanding our vowels. Our vowels are the hard part. The vowels are weird. There's a lot of other languages, like German has so many consonants. Like there's a ridiculous amount of consonants in German. American English is not like that, and it's lazy. So the way to find it, and back up. How did I get into voice coaching? Well, in 2017, I was working on set of a movie in New York City. I was holding a stop sign to stop cars from coming into our movie set, and one of the voice coaches who helped stars sound American in movies, he and I sparked a conversation, and by the end of the conversation, he had offered me a job as his assistant. So that's how I began my role as a voice coach, was the assistant to a voice coach to the stars who helped stars sound more American. So that's where this comes from. So singing is a huge part. If you're not, and that's also the foundation of everything I teach. Sing. If you're stressed, sing. Anxiety, sing. Fighting with your partner, sing. And there's a science behind it, because when we sing, we stimulate our vagus nerve. I guess I'll just use the slides. I'll use some of the slides. Why not? Because it's fun. So we talk a lot about public speaking here, but we're going to jump straight to the vagus nerve right now. Your vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body, and it connects your brain to your key organs. Anybody here into ice baths or the Wim Hof method? I had a feeling you were. Right? I love ice baths. I have an ice bath in our backyard. I'm all about it. When we are strengthening our vagus nerve, which is in charge of our fight or flight or rest and digest, the term for it is called toning. So I started to listen to all these woo-woo coaches, all these people talking about frequency and vibration, and I went, wait a second. All these people are using words of sound, toning. vibration, frequency, resonance, something's up here. And I started to put the pieces together. That sound is the connection. It is the connection to our nervous system. It is the bridge. Your voice is the bridge from this physical earth to the spiritual world. Backwards. Your voice is the bridge from the spiritual world to the physical earth. How did I get there? Why do I think that? Why is that my thesis for life and everything that I do? Because energy is neither created nor destroyed. Who said that? Oh, come on. What? Einstein. Thank you. Thank you. Energy is neither created nor destroyed. Your voice is energy. That's what the vocal vibrations, the vibrations of sound coming from your body, that is energy. Where does it come from? Where does it come from? It's neither created nor destroyed, so where does it come from? It must be your soul. Sure, I could give you what's actually happening, the physiology in your voice. Your vocal cords flap together like this, air travels through them, and that's how the sound is created. But that does not account for the words and the emotion behind your voice. Now, I've been singing for many, many years, many years. I've studied all of the musical theater that exists. I've sung in synagogues, I've sung in churches, I've sung in ashrams, I've sung all over. And what have I put together with all of those? Guess what all of those had in common? Was singing. All of these different religions have singing in common. Your voice is the connection. So, if you want to be a stronger speaker, if you want to be a stronger salesperson, if you want to be a stronger leader, if you want to be a stronger parent, if you're in this class, now you can take anything in this class and throw it away. You don't have to listen to anything that I say today, but you showed up and I've got the microphone. And so, my suggestion to you would be to sing more. And notice how your life gets better. Notice how you start to make a little bit more money. Why? Because the vibration is raised. When people say raise your vibration, that is what that means. Raise your vibration, tone your vagus nerve. You will start to see a happier world around you when you are the one creating the happier world through singing. Now, does that mean you need to be like me in the grocery store, like singing out like Barbra Streisand? No, absolutely not. But you can sit in your car, and instead of turning on the Joe Rogan podcast, you can turn on a nice, heartfelt song. And there's a lot of really great heartfelt music coming out right now. It's not all angry music. There's some angry music. There's some lower vibration music, but there's a lot of really positive music coming out right now that's actually good. Check out Abel Hart, A-B-L-E Hart. He's making high frequency music, and it's rap, and it might not be your style, but I'm really enjoying him. Plus his TikTok's so funny because he looks like he's AI, but it's not. Anyway, cool. Any questions on this? And then we're going to dive in to using your voice. Yes?
How do you suggest to improve the voice and singing is really can we use like karaoke or like YouTube? What do you suggest?
For sure, absolutely. Yes, that's a great start. Just singing to karaoke is a great start. Start to wrap your head around and your mouth around the vowels. We actually, although Americans are pretty lazy, we actually use a lot of our mouth. We're dramatic people. We show all of our emotions, right? We are dramatic people. And so, thinking of that, our voice is part of the drama. So we're using a lot of our voice. Where are you from? You're from the Ukraine. Very, strong people. Been through a lot in the Ukraine. And with that, then, you have a very, may I? Is this okay? Is it okay if I offer something about your speaking? Okay. So you're very mono-melody, not monotone. Monotone is very rare. We stay on one note for this whole time. It's very rare that we find anybody that's actually monotone, but it's more you're staying in between three notes and going up and down between three notes. I call that mono-melody. So in America, people will be like, are you okay? People are like, what's wrong? Like, are you upset? Do you get that a lot? People ask you if you're angry? No? What do they ask you? What do Americans say to you?
Sometimes they just ask me to repeat something.
Okay.
After
Okay, so they just ask you to repeat something. Okay, got it. We often will ask people who are in one monomelody, like, are they okay? Or it may be perceived as upset when you're not. You're just more held together, right? More higher class, if you will, rather than the drama of Americans. And I don't know, I think we're having fun here. Obviously, we're on a roller coaster. We're all in it together, folks, whether we like it or not. That's my opinion. So what can we do with that? Well, I imagine right now we can play with this is using more of your mouth. So stretching more of your mouth, doing jaw exercises. That's on my YouTube channel. I have a bunch on there. I also do have an audio course that you can do from the comfort of your car, where you'll sing along with me and we'll do speaking exercises. We'll practice singing a speech that you're working on so that you can have more of a melody within your voice while doing it. That's what I do with all my students. So what I did was try to take everything that I repeat over and over again and put it into a 21-day audio course that you can do from the comfort of your car, because that's where I do most of my voice work. And it seems like the safest place for everyone. So there's that QR code was at the beginning. I'll put it up at the end. So that's an option. But there's plenty of free things on YouTube. If you don't want to invest it in anything, that's totally fine. Cool. Why are you here?
Presentation skills.
Presentation skills. You've been here a few times. So what have you learned so far?
A lot. And I think it's just becoming more comfortable, but I guess I didn't realize how powerful your voice really is. Yeah.
Have you experienced that since coming to this class? Like, what's shifted for you in your presentations, if anything?
Well, something I did, you taught this last time, was trying to calm myself down so that humming, I use that now to help ground myself before I have to speak. So that's one of the things.
How's that going? Does it work?
Good. It's actually a lot better. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not as frazzled, I guess, before. So I used to get very shaky, and that's kind of dissipated a little bit. So.
Cool, awesome, congratulations. It's awesome. You came to class, you took something away from it, and you implemented it. That's amazing. That's all you can do. That's the only thing you can do is try, right? Awesome, thank you for sharing. Why are you here, my friend?
I think I always kind of held back my ideas and everything just because of fear of speaking to people, like what will people say if I say this out loud. So I just want to push myself a little bit more. I think I can do more once I'm out there speaking of my mind and my ideas.
Cool, is there a specific place that you want to go speak your ideas?
Yeah, I think I want to kind of, I thought I'm coming to the CX and startup events, so I do want to like execute actually in some of my ideas
Okay.
and launch my own startup or kind of my own thing at some point.
Okay, so you want to be a founder at some point. You want to invent a thing. Okay, cool, awesome. Well, thanks for coming. What about you, my friend in the back?
So, I was thinking about it. I've been here once actually, and
What's your name?
Daisy,
Shikazy.
yeah, it's been a while.
Well, this was over a year ago. Yeah, that was a big class. Okay, I remember that class. Awesome.
So, with my daily job, it kind of gets very, I guess, repetitive. So I'm like, and I've always had people tell me that I'm good at public, I should try public speaking. And then I'm like, maybe I should try it. So I'm like, maybe just try it and see what I can develop. You never know, down the line if I ever need it. So.
Cool. Well, you just used public speaking. You just did it, right? What is public speaking? What's your definition of public speaking?
To be able to speak in front of anyone.
Great. Perfect. Giving a speech at a friend's wedding, that's public speaking. Getting up in front of your coworkers, that's public speaking. Posting on social media is public speaking. In order for social media content or marketing content to go anywhere, you must first feel safe to be seen by the audience that you are trying to find. Learning how to feel safe to be perceived by an audience. Whitney Euland, her whole brand is how to be famous, and that's what she describes fame as. Fame is the resource of people's attention. And learning how to have celebrity energy is learning how to feel safe to be perceived by others. For me, I say it, learn how to feel safe being messy and messing up in front of people. That's where the work really happens. Because it's really nice when you do it well, but at some point you're going to mess up. I do it all the time. I often say my role on this planet is to mess up a bunch of times so you don't have to. I'm going to be messy in public and see where it goes. So you already are public speaking. You just did it. I'm sure you have many other places that you're doing it as well. But cool, thanks for coming back. Have you, just curious, is there anything you learned the first time you came that you implemented? If not, you're like, that's totally cool. But
Implemented, but like recently, I'm writing a bit more, so I've been practicing a lot of reading. So I feel like a lot of times when I'm in a situation where I'm kind of anxious, I just read through things, and I notice that I'm able to calm down my thoughts and actually, think of my
cool, awesome. Own your breath, own the room. Own your breath, own the room. Cool, why are you here?
So I've been trying to improve a lot of my soft skills. I've more like worked on the tech side of things and worked from home for almost a decade, and haven't really had a whole lot of opportunities to go out and speak in public so much anymore, and wanted to try and be better at socializing. I get self-conscious sometimes when I get up and talk, kind of get lost in what I was saying, or get anxious. So this year I've been wanting to try and just make myself uncomfortable in general, and so that's kind of why I'm starting to go to Capital Factory, go work here, and also just going to a lot of meetups, and trying to talk with as many people as I can. I'm trying to do a startup as well on the cybersecurity side. So.
Cool. All right, you're doing it. You're doing it. This is the right place to be. We're going to get weird in just a second. And my friend who just walked in, I've seen you. You've been here before, right? So what brings you here today? What would you like to get out of today?
So, the first thing I want to say is it's doing hello to everyone. My name is Dave, and I'm currently my father and CEO of Speaking Playful in the platform in sharpen Today, I actually want to build a solution that provide a discrete investment to have more practice practice mentally to the company. That's why I'm
I think help more clients get rich. That's a good slogan, right? We want to help you get rich. Love that. Okay, great. So what brings you here? Is it just working on pitching that, or?
I would like to network with more people, bring my ideas to get inside, feedback from everyone. Apart from that, I would like to offer it to anyone who thinks in the case that I'm any issue or evolution of
Okay, awesome, cool. Here for some partnerships. Okay, cool. All right, we're going to get you all up on your feet in just a minute. We're going to use our voices. Is everybody okay with that? For that, I'm going to put this microphone down. I do want you all to know we are live streaming, so that is happening. As I said to Elijah, no one's watching it. Like I said to him, I was like, I'm not getting my big break from Capital Factory live stream, dude. So like, I think it's good. And we had a good laugh. Sorry?
It'll still be recorded forever if you mess up.
Yeah, it'll be recorded. That's good. Learn how to feel safe being messy in front of people, and you will care a lot. Okay, I just gotta say, the President of the United States, right? There's a lot of shit going down right now. You might like him, you might hate him, but he is really good at being messy in front of people, and that's how he's gotten to where he is today. He's really good at messing up and still going. He's really good at that. There's something that you can learn from all of the crazy humans that are in charge of this country right now. Something for everybody to learn, just saying. Are you leaving? But we've only made it through the stand-up section. We haven't even made it to the, okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sure, okay, well, I invite you to do all of the fun voice things because they'll be good for you. Okay, goodbye, enjoy. It's a shame. We're about to get up. Everybody get up.
That's what I get for having my stand-up section. Come here, I don't bite. Not screams at least. Awesome. Has anybody here been to an acting class or a theater class or improv class? Okay, at improv a week ago. Oh, wow, where? That's okay. That's not a big deal. There's just not much in this town, so that's why. Okay. Every Saturday? wear different shoes. Don't pass out, bro. I've seen people pass out from walking their legs for too long. So, all right. So repeat after me. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Woo. 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 Nice. Woo. Woo. Wow. Wow. Hey. 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 Yeah, these pretty cute is actually really cute. Hey, against your nose. Yeah, perfect. Hey. Hey. Oh. Oh. Hello. Hello. Feel that on your chest. Feel that on your chest. Hello. Woo. Woo. Feel it almost come up out of your ears this way. Woo. Woo. Yeah, you'll feel like that yawn feeling. That's called the soft palate lifting. Woo. Woo. There you go. Now you have space. We created space for sound to travel. We're creating space for resonance. Okay, now I want you to pick a point across the circle past the person in front of you. So you'll be towards me. You're going to pick a point and speak to that point. Hey! Hey! Hello. Hello. You're going to let it go and just speak to anything. Hello. Hello. Now pick the point. Hello. Hello. Notice the difference. When people ask me, how do I project my voice? This is the answer. Pick a point to speak to that specific point. Because sound is a vibration that travels to a specific place. Decide where you want the vibration to go to. It's that simple. And then use your breath to get there. Not just smoking cigarettes all day, that'll be very difficult. So just to like throw that out there, you still need to do the breath work support. Hello. Sorry. Smoking
Thanks is healthier.
I don't know. Hey, we've all got our vices, bro. We've all got them. I've got them. Hello. Hello. Nice. Great. Use your hand. Hello. Hello. Woo. Woo. Nice. Now your voices are expanding. Some of you were able to pick a note that you weren't able to pick before. Hello. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Hello. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. Cool. One more time. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. It's going to feel really counterintuitive. It feels wrong, right? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. So that's a melody. So that is a melody that we all, especially as native English speakers, are used to hearing. We're used to be here. We're used to coming down just half a step. But if you change it up, it's weird to a sound. Because you speak in a specific melody, especially depending on what part of America you're from. Like the southern dialect is going to have a very specific melody to it. It's going to go up in certain places and go down in certain places, right? So we all have these melodies. Pay attention to what your melody is. And pay attention to, like, let's say you want to listen to a specific influencer or business person to mimic how they speak to learn more, to practice your English. Listen to their melody and go, do I like that melody? Before I learn it and put it into my body. Practice it, okay? We're going to massage our jaws a little bit. Open your jaw. Close. Open. Close. Open real wide. Open your eyes. Close, smush. Open real wide. Close, smush. Open your eyes. Close, smush. Take it out. Anyone feel more oxygen in their brains? I feel right here. This is where I hold so much tension. 30 years tension right here. Right here. I feel my shoulder. I feel all the way down my feet. You're all swinging right here. I'm like, aren't you a singer? Yes, I use my jaw a lot for singing. Duh. Sorry. Did you say? Nope. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'm easily distracted today. I'm so easily distracted today. Okay, cool. Let's check in with ourselves. Because a lot of people ask me, how do I use my diaphragm? And so I want to make sure we're answering that question. Place one hand on your belly. Inhale, let that belly come out. Do it again. It's kind of watching each other a little bit.
spend the next 30 days just practicing your belly being hard and not your shoulders, you will significantly reduce any kind of anxiety you have because you will have more often. It's just purely not that difficult. It's so simple. It's crazy. It's crazy how many of us go around like this. My mentor calls it puckered buttholes. We're all walking around with puckered buttholes, Sammy. I call it spiritual whip. Because he's wearing an AK-47 and abracadabra necklace like comes together. And it's just so awesome. He's not even in Texas, he's in Virginia, but it's just like so good. It's so good for me. I love it. Anyway, so that's your diaphragm. So then what happens next? We breathe in. Our lungs fill up with air, and then as we breathe out and speak, our vocal cords slap together and the breath carries the sound. Our breath carries our energy. Own your breath, own your life. Own your breath, own your first step of walking into any room, whether it's networking or sales pitch, getting on stage or a podcast, breathe. Get touch your breath. If you're able, then make your breath. You can do that by just breathing, just becoming, you're just going to help hone. There's one more time. So it's calmer, more grounded. You tell your body, oh, it's safe. It's safe to be here. Yeah, it's safe to be here. Be safe. Be safe. See, right? Because when you're going silent, it's like birds. I said this on my podcast today. When birds sing, it's a safe place to be. Birds don't want to sing if it's safe. They're silent if there's danger. We're kind of the same, right? We might scream, but that's a little, it's kind of different. We're complicated creatures. Sometimes I like the analogy and then I keep going and I'm like, oh wait, no, wait too far. That's why this is so clear. So okay, so how do we make this applicable, right? So this is where we have the 5 elements of the voice. Sometimes I don't know if I was teaching this correctly in my class, the 5 elements. I've had several clients come from the class that you teach, so it must have been different. And it was a good one, actually, but I don't know that. So the 5 elements of the voice, this is Barbara McAfee's work. She's a TED Talk about this. The 5 elements are going to just basic context. Earth, air, water, fire, metal. You can see where those warm-ups we did, where they came from. Earth. We're going to use earth when we want to set boundaries. So women, she would have loved this. This would have been very good for her. Women using earth to command authority. Rather than fire, which is what bossiness sounds like, right? Or what anger sounds like. So we use earth to command authority, to be grounded. Do you have any kids? No, that's really not. Women who have given birth often have lower voices because they've been through that primal screen of birth. This is so cool. So it's very connected to the ground, having that. Men, you're going to use earth and setting a boundary. Now, the dark side, the shadow side, learning how to bring more energy forward in time, rather than having all the energy way back. Yeah. Where are you from, my friend? Okay, we're wonderful. I love it. Yes, you live in America. Where is your accent from? Where's your dialect from? From where? Asia. Yes, right? So Asian cultures are actually more nasal. They're more nasal, more tonal, right? And so I actually, being aware, a lot of the Asian students that I've worked with, being careful not to bring more nasality in. It's actually more of bringing more, having more earth. So where it gets really fun to like dissect people's voices and like the generational traumas in each culture and how that plays a role in their voice. I find it's so powerful. this like boss lady all day and with the kids, and then as soon as she wants something for her husband, oh baby, can you please help me with? And she gets right back up.
Please, like, look.
Yes, but why? For sure. But if we can be aware of why we're doing it, then we have the upper hand. Because then when we start getting into negotiations and we start getting into sales conversations, we can know, is this their poker face? Yeah. Yes, everybody does it, but why? You know what I'm saying? I did it today. But you can learn how to do it. Let's get right here. Let's get right here for 20 minutes. We'll figure out a flight situation and I get it already figured out. Continue to do it again. Let's get right here. And he knew what I was doing because I teach this shit. Because he's come to my classes. But it works, and he knows I'm staying calm. He's staying the one that's like, he can be all the fire he needs to be. He can be as angry as he needs to be and do his thing that he needs to do, and I can stay calm for this moment. Until, you know, it's still how it goes. That's what a partnership is. It's give and take. Yeah, for sure. Great question. Are you looking for, you just want to know this. There's several ways to go about this. One, be great at asking questions if you want to get a point across. So learning how to ask questions rather than tell somebody, especially depending on who they are, might get you further. So that's one. Two, arguing. What voice might you argue with you? What's an element? Fire. Fire, right? So, do we want to fight fire with fire? Oh, right? So we, sorry? Yeah, fire is gas, exactly. Exactly. So rather than fighting fire with fire, we're going to bring in earth or water. You have a lot of earth in your voice already. I am curious if you bring more, where are you from? You're from India. Okay, so to American, people from India speak so quickly. Right? We're like, I can't keep up. So water actually might be really beneficial for you because it will help you slow down. Water, we're going to use more vowels. Water is meditation. Water is calm. Water is soothing. Water, if I'm speaking to you, allowing them to see. Use water if I'm using it for meditation. The dark side of water is boring and it can sound condescending. So it also just depends on the person who's speaking to. Like, the guy who really hated when I used the water, and I was like, well, there's not a lot of fire in it. They want me to go back. And so I said, all right, let's just calm down. Stop being so condescending. Shut up. Anyway.
That's what actually happens, like, you are trying to, support my business. Like,
Oh, this is
my business is arguing something, right? And then the more calmer I the more the other person gets started. Look, you have no patience, like, you are just so calm, nothing impacts you. You are like cold ice. I'm like, I'm not cold ice, but I cannot be at the same pitch or same volume as you. If we both start doing the same pitch, same volume, I think we're gonna have blast the windows.
It sounds like your sister and you've got some like stuff that needs to be
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's not something like we will sort it out. Like, obviously, like, I want you want to go to shopping, he wants to go to shopping, simple thing. Finally, we just, stay in the backyard, do something else. But still, like, I don't want to sound like, hey, it doesn't affect me. I really want to go to shopping, but it's really not just the right time for me. That's something we can do some other time. So,
Well, it sounds like she wants to get a rise out of you, right? Like you're saying that you will try to stay calm and she doesn't like that. So she's trying to trick you to get a rise out of you. So like we can dive deep into what kind of trauma that is, like we can for sure go there. That's not like
we don't know
today.
that.
But yeah.
There would be something to it that.
Yeah.
What if, like, when you're in a certain emotion, you want the other person to feel the emotion too. Like, you're transferring your anger, so now you feel good about them being angry.
Don't make your passion your business. Don't do it. It's heartbreaking. It's hard. It's hard because you're so passionate about it and nobody else is. And we're like, I want to make more money. And I'm like, but your voice is. Anyway, sorry. That being said, it sounds like Sister might also want you to meet her in this area.
My example was this one person, like, I feel like same similar situation as what like, like you should show that you want people, not we are going in a wrong direction. This is really wrong. You should not be doing this right now. This is the country that you are doing tomorrow. And again, I don't want to assert my just using my voice. I want you to say it in a polite way, but I think sometimes I end up not being that polite. Like I've been told I've been very bold in some situations. Right. So that's why I was wondering, is it just me or just people that everybody is telling me like, okay, you need to calm down slowly, you need to say maybe explain things better. That's why I was asking like I'm saying things logically and I'm saying things. But again, I don't want to go into that too much family or else. I don't want to get into too much of that fire. I just want to be like, hey, this is what I offer, this is what I want to give out, and I want to pay attention. But again, like you said, I'll try to practice more on the water side.
Yeah. I imagine, so when we use water, we're transferring emotion and empathy. We're showing I have an empathy for you. I speak in all of these different ranges, which is teaching your nervous system that I have a wide range of emotional intelligence. So I've noticed my new boss, whatever I want to call him, client boss, he speaks right here all the time. I swear to God, like he's like kind of like I don't know if this is anyone, but like, I'm kind of being passive. Like at some point, when you do enough of these, you have to go like, like it's okay. We can all deal with it. It's not real resilience. In America, it has not been really for the past 6 months. Anyway, he's kind of Asperger, this my client guy. I really like him. He's totally on the spectrum, but that's why he's so good. He's changing the music industry. Like this guy's literally changing the way that music artists market their music. It is so good. But he speaks right here in the same pitch pattern over and over and over again. And so to me, I'm like, I wonder what his emotional intelligence is. If he's only speaking here, then that means that he's missing a lot of range. He's probably missing a lot of emotional. And so although you might have a lot of emotional range, because you do have a more mono-melody voice, it might not be received as such. So if you're getting the feedback that you're very bold or intense or it's like it's not being received well, I invite you to sing through full octaves and learn how to speak a bit more in various parts of your voice. Does that make sense? Does that make sense to everybody else? Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? Start to notice it. You're going to start to notice it in other people before you notice it in yourself. Okay, cool. Great. We're going to play with that. That's going to be what we play with. We're going to play with for you too, okay? Actually, I have a few things for you, but that's cool. I'm excited. Okay, so then we have fire, water, metal. And let's bring metal out. This is good for you. Metal. Metal. Rinse your nose. Inside the sound now. Metal. Yes. So the reason why we use metal is because the sound is going to travel further. So if you're holding a lot of energy and a lot of sound energy back in the back of your mouth, metal's going to send the sound forward because right now it's getting trapped behind your mouth through your hard palate. So the metal, so Barbra Streisand, so now is going to use Barbra Streisand. People who need people are the luckiest people is all out of the nose. That's why she was getting nose job.
Do you think she like modulates her voice to be like that, or like?
No. She's got a huge nose. Like her nose is big. It's her thing. That was like her thing. People told her manager said get a nose job, and she said no because that's how her sound travels.
Yeah.
Sing.
What about it?
That's mud.
That's
So
mud.
fry is mud. Yeah. Pickle fry is mud. Right? It's lazy. It's stuck. It's not funky. It's unprofessional. let's say you're on a sales call and you want to paint a picture or you're giving your pitch. Let's say it's 3 months into the future. Right? 3 months into the future, what's different? What voice did I choose? Air? Air. I use air. 3 months into the future, I'm painting a picture, putting you into an imaginative state, right? Airy, imaginative. Versus when I speak with my 10-year-old stepson, right? I don't ever want to yell at him because his mother yells and his father yells and I will not be the stepmom he yells. So what am I going to do? You are a great kid, you just did a bad thing.
Water to water.
Yeah, right. If I want more water, I can absolutely use more water. I can bring more vowels into what I do to bring more water. Yeah, I got a lot of heads nodding. Okay, cool. Cool. Any questions before we move on?
Something to that up. So with the kids, so what I noticed is like you're working with kids when someone has a what has a air voice, they don't listen.
No.
But the moment you become fire, that you can see that, is there some basically in the statement but at the same time, I think you have anything to say about that.
I think you're already onto it. Like, this is now, I've now put this into your awareness. These are the observations that I have had since to end with, like, because I realized that, like, I see the world through people's voices. Like, it's just my special skill. But now you have this knowledge to then go start practicing and learning. What kind of the singers that I listen to, what kind of voices do they have? What like, I mean, Joe Rogan, I love Joe Rogan, but his voice is super, it's really earthy, and I think that, like, that's visual, like, what he holds down the fort for so many different types of guests and so many different types of people. Cody Sanchez, she's another influencer podcaster that I love. She has a really low voice. She's a multi-millionaire, and she really keeps, Layla Hormozy, another multi-millionaire woman, also has a really low voice. Yeah. Her husband, Alex Hormozy. Yeah, that's her husband, Alex, who I really like. Love. I want to coach him so bad. He has breathing problems, so he speaks really quickly. That's why he wears those nose strings. Of course. Well, South African is very, has a lot of vowels. So, you think I'd be my uncle is South African, my cousins are South African, you think I'd be better than that? I'm not. There's a lot, because British has a lot of vowels. British is very proper. It's up here, it's tight. So if we were to say, hello. Yes, please, play. Come on, we're going to play, Hello. I am Julia Child. I am the King of England. This is very high up and British, and out the nose almost. Very high up and British, and out the nose almost. I know. Sometimes I just like saying, so just keep going,
Would men speak like that too?
Yes. It might be lower, but it's still high. It is lower, but they use more parts of their voice. Like very, there's a lot of range vocally. Oh, we can stay in this for a really long time because you have Cockney, which is going to be more like Liverpool, lower class, and that's all that plays all the time, right? That's super everywhere. Whereas like the Queen was more in a smaller room. She's in a smaller room. She really very good. Very cool. So she has range of this. Listen, all the coffee up and down, right? Like it's kind of the. wanted to have a playground. No, well, we're already going to do some storytelling, but it's not exactly like that. We will talk about breakfast. So let me just change this real quick. So this is Pixar's storytelling. Once upon a because. Once upon a time, there was a red carpet, and every day people stepped on that red carpet until one day the red carpet disappeared. Because of that, the people didn't know where to stand. Because of that, there was chaos in the room, and because of that, they never finished their work. Until finally, someone put a red carpet back into the room, and they all lived happily ever after. That is how all Pixar movies are created. That's how all Pixar stories are. So we're going to use that. We're actually going to play a game with that first, all of us are. Okay? Cool. So somebody give me a theme. Cooking. Cookie? Or cooking? Cooking. I talked about, I used cooking as an analogy in my podcast today. My whole thing is like, today I've talked a lot about like feeling safe, speed, and messiness, or being a messy middle. And so I was like, I love cooking because you can get so messy. Don't clean up as you go, just be messy. Was kind of my thing today. Okay, cooking. So I'm gonna start, actually I'm not gonna start, you're gonna start. And it's gonna be once upon a time, and then we're gonna go in a circle and each person gets there. So once upon a time, and every day, until one day, because of that. So we're all gonna build this story together, okay? Does everybody understand? One sentence. So there's going to be until one day, blah, 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 blah. And I say because of that. This is, now the basics of improv are yes and. So whatever the person said before you, you're building on. It's also a great leadership tool, yes and. Also a great problem solving tool with your sister. Yes, I'd love to go to movies and I'm really tired. Yes and. No one likes to do that, right? No. Yeah, we build on each other. This is also subtle moments of raising your vibration, creating better communication energy that more people are able to see. Yes and. Okay. But this first time, let's just like get it out of us to understand it, and then we'll add more voices.
Okay. Once upon a time, a man woke up and was always hungry all the time.
Anybody know?
Every day would wake up in the morning and wonder what was going to eat today, and I kept eating that. And Joe was displeased. Until one day Joe was displeased, but was empty.
Because of that, he left his house and went to the grocery store. Because of that, he met a girl that he asked on a date.
Because of that, he went to farm to pick the flowers.
Until finally he got to get Joe.
Is that the end? That's the end. That's the end. Woo! All right, round of applause. You're going to start the next one. You're going to start the next one. Did everyone understand the assignment? Is the assignment more clear now? This is going to be important when we get into telling our stories about breakfast. We're going to use these story spots. Because here's what happens. People start a story and never end it. Land the plane. Land the plane. The story must end or people will resent you. Okay? Be a good storyteller. When you're on stage or when you are telling a story or you are pitching something, it's your job to take care of the audience. It's my job to take care of keeping everyone engaged. That's my role. It's your role when you get on a stage. And this is one way to do it. All right. We're going to start another one. Let's make this one cowboys. Okay? You're going to start us cowboys. Yep, with once upon a time.
So once upon a time when I was a kid, I used to raise myself. What is the original culture? What is the culture?
Elijah, help! Elijah, come back!
Oh, check. It worked. I did it. I didn't need you, Elijah. Sometimes he's the guy that's in charge of all the meetups, so sometimes I just say his name and hope he shows up. It works sometimes. Okay, so we're gonna move quickly because we have to be out of this room before 8:30. So here's what we're gonna do, my friends. They think that I'm just gonna stop and listen. If you're having a private conversation, I wanna know what's going on. Okay. So we're going to talk about breakfast, and this is what's slightly different from the other classes. You're going to use the story framework. Really, really important, because we'll do that exercise, and then people start talking about their breakfast, and all of a sudden, they're off in Neverland. So I'm going to demonstrate it. You don't need to use the exact 7 words, but you'll see. So instead of once upon a time, I'm going to use this morning. Why am I doing it that way? Because here's what happens. People get up here and go, I am going to tell you about breakfast. Don't tell me you're going to tell me. Jump straight into the action. I am going to pitch to you a $500 billion idea. And the investors are asleep. They're absolutely knocked out. They're passed out. They hate it. They've gone, have you been to any training? Start in the action. This morning, I made oatmeal from scratch, yo. I made the best oatmeal because every day I wake up and I'm hungry, within the first 5 minutes, until one day today I decided I wanted oatmeal with cinnamon in it and honey. And because of that, I was nourished and ready to go. And because of that, I had a really good day at work. And because of that, I'm going to make more money, until finally I came here and I was ready to go because I started my day eating oatmeal.
Done. Thank you. Walk off. Okay. You notice I broke it. You notice the excitement. You don't have to be that excited. You can be a lot more chill than I just was. But I'm on an excited level every time I teach this class. All right, well, this microphone is on its phone.
Okay. So some rules. 1, you're going to walk on, and then you're going to face the center. The microphone is going to stay near your mouth. If your head turns, the microphone turns with it. Because like I demonstrated earlier, this is it. And I guarantee somebody's going to do it. That's okay, but I'm going to remind you and bring that microphone back, okay? Really important. It's so, so important. I do pace a little bit in this class. I have some dancing feet that don't want to stay still. But when I'm talking to attorneys, when I'm in a really important environment, plant those feet. You can, with intention, walk from side to side, but make it with intention. And notice that I'm turning my hips to side where I go. It is not stiff leg, crossover, keeping hips toward the audience the whole time, because that is awkward and people are going to think you look weird. So if you want to walk, turn your hips, and you can, with intention, make it at a point change and pivot and go again. So if you make it at a point change, that makes it more powerful. When you're finished, every time, thank you and walk off stage. As a rule for the rest of your life, finish with thank you. Make thank you your final impression. Thank you is a very high vibrational closer. No matter what you do, you're saying thank you. Thank you. I wish I could just tell you all the science about why this works, but 9 times out of 10, everybody who hasn't said thank you at the end, it's weird. It's just okay, what, are they done? If you say thank you, it lets us know you're complete, it's gracious, it's positive, it's simple, and you don't have to think about having a punchline. It does it for you, okay? Cool. Does everybody understand the assignment? Yeah? Okay, cool. Next part of the assignment, you're gonna use a new voice. So if you're used to using Earth, I invite you to bring a little bit of fire into it, and then maybe a little bit of air, and then I'm going to use water. You don't necessarily need to think the elements. The point being, get a little weird. Just get weird and see what happens. Maybe if I do this once upon a time and every day until one day. That's great. That is the assignment here. I want this to be the place where you can feel like you can play. and then you can go be more subtle in other places, okay? Does anybody want to go first? It's easier to go first than last, friends. Going last sucks, yeah.
All right, so I wanted to tell everybody I woke up and pretty much I'm hungry. I'm always hungry when I wake up, but I get busy and then I forget to eat. And this happens a lot. And so one day, one of my roommates finally said, "Hey, you should probably eat and think about what you're supposed to be eating, and self-regulate a little bit better." And so because of that, we were able to avoid some of the arguments that we used to have a lot more. And because of that also, I was a little better fed and a little less angry whenever things would get busy. And because of that, I was also able to make a decent breakfast and start learning to cook some better breakfasts. And so finally was well fed and was able to then start working on lunch because I'm still hungry. So thank you.
Perfect. Come on, Dave. Okay, I just want to use that as an example. If he had said, "Because I'm still hungry," thank you. Like, we all would have laughed and laughed until you walked off. So it was a great ending. It was a great ending, right? The thank you helps you own it. Wait, you're not done. Come back. Come back. Come back. What was your? Oh, I didn't give you guys intentions. Okay, how was that for you?
It's okay, a little nervous.
Yeah, of course. What did you do to move through the nerves?
Just try to think what the next. Just keep moving. Really, just keep thinking about. Okay, just keep the story going, and breathe. Try to breathe, but I think I could have breathed a little better.
Yeah. Keep breathing, and then the next thing is grounding your feet, right? When we get super nervous, it's a lot of extra energy. Just send the energy to the earth. I always say, like, Mother Earth wants to catch you. It's a gravity sport, right? So sending that, and can you do that? Can I have you try it? Send your energy down. Yeah, bend your knees and imagine there's like roots coming out of your feet. Just like send them all the way down. Cool. You don't have to necessarily bend your knees like I am so much, but as if you imagine it, and then at the same time get taller.
Okay.
From here. Imagine there's a string coming out of the top. Yeah. String coming out of the top of your head from here.
Okay.
Yeah. Does it feel a little awkward?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
You got a lot taller though.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Alexander technique, which is a movement technique. It's all about doing less to do more. So learning, right, we tend to want to go like, and then we end up here. So, same. My posture significantly improved in the past 2 years from a chiropractor I go to. It's all energy work. So another version of that is imagining that there's a string coming out of your heart between you forward. Yeah. Does everyone see that? Beautiful. There you go. That's a strong man. I'm going to have you start once again with this energy and see what happens.
Okay.
Also, what voices were you playing with?
I don't know the names of the.
That's okay. This next time, I'm going to yell elements at you.
Okay.
Cool. And you can let go of the story's fine. Just tell the story of breakfast. And I'm gonna
Okay.
yell
Just any story about breakfast, like.
Yeah, for sure. Whatever
Okay.
you want.
Okay.
Start with her.
All right, so I woke up this morning and, like I always do, and ended up making some breakfast. And the breakfast, I'm trying to eat a little healthier, so this time I made eggs, and for the first time in my life, I bought some of this egg white stuff.
Air voice.
And I bought. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
think
it's
how
all
to
right,
do
it's
how
all
to.
right, it's all right. The reason being, we're painting the picture. I eat eggs for breakfast. It doesn't have to be
Oh,
up here.
okay.
I eat eggs. It could just be softer. But using that.
And so I like to eat eggs for breakfast, and put in a little bit of egg whites, stirred it up. Supposed to be eating more protein, and that was. I put some hot sauce, but I actually forgot to put the salt, so that was. Then I was like, why did I forget the salt? It's like I cook these eggs all the time, but just because I put in egg whites, now I forgot to add the salt. I've made this 1,000 times except without the egg white.
Round of applause, round of applause. Well done. What did that feel like for you? Yeah. That was really good, right?
was really good.
Keep practicing that.
Okay.
Yeah, what felt good? Get specific with what you're saying to yourself.
I felt more confident about what I was saying, but it was having fun with it too. On the second part there.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you went from telling us about it to showing us, right? Oh, I make this breakfast, I'm trying to eat healthier, to, oh, I put eggs in it, and I did this, and I use these egg whites now, and I have hot sauce. And once you were starting to show us, that you got so comfortable, because you were in the story. Yeah, it was great. Great job, great job. One thing that I do, another round of applause. Yeah. One thing that I do, this works for some people, it doesn't work for others. Not everybody visualizes the same way, but this has worked for me and like half of my students, and the other half are just different, is instead of trying to speak whatever the story is, literally just remember the memory. Just visualize the memory like a TV screen in your mind and just say what you're seeing on the TV. Right? Oh, I was eating this pear and I cut it up into slices and then I put cinnamon on it and it started to drip everywhere because the pear was so fresh. I'm not necessarily going, oh, describe the pear. I'm just seeing the pear in my mind and what happened in that. And then there are some writing prompts that you can do to get better at that. Songwriting prompts that I give people. So what do you see? What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you touch? What do you feel? All of those things really help to create a better story, which you were already doing, which I didn't ask everyone's names today. That's my bad. What's your name? Grant. Okay, awesome, Grant. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Would you like to go next, my friend? I think we're just doing it this way. Yeah.
That's good when I don't have a choice. All right, guys. Every day I prepare my meal for the next day, and after South by, I was so exhausted. I woke up and, geez, I don't have anything in my fridge. So I found an oatmeal, and my gosh, I had strawberries, I had honey, I had cinnamon. I put it all together, added chia seeds, and it was the best oatmeal breakfast in my life. Thank you.
Okay, as you got more comfortable, I understood more of what you were saying, so that's great. That tells me that you can. How was that experience for you?
Yes, we need to learn how to walk, what we just said, so we need to practice.
Sure, if you want to walk, that's optional. You don't have to walk. I told that because people come up here and go like this, and it's weird, and I want to fix it, so.
I can do like Latina dancing, bachata steps, you know.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you can, please don't. You can though, right? That's the whole point.
I said thank you, so it's
Cool.
just for fun.
Here, I'm going to have you hold this. I'm going to have you, are you down to play with your voice a little bit?
That's why I'm here.
So yeah, you're going to go up and down in what you're saying. Just a melody up and down this time. So like, this morning I had for breakfast a pot of oatmeal, and then I found strawberries in my fridge, and then bananas, and that's it.
Oh my gosh,
Up and down.
it's so
gonna
hard.
Be weird. It's a whole new part of your brain. You're working both hemispheres of your brain right now.
I won't get it from the first time, but one more time, please. I woke up and didn't found anything.
Cool. We're gonna do just that. Ready? Go like this. Woo!
Ooh!
I woke up and didn't find anything.
I woke up and didn't find anything.
Yes. Great. What would be your next sentence?
I opened my fridge.
I opened my fridge.
So it goes
Yeah, back down.
down. I opened my fridge.
Okay, that was great, and how you would actually say it, but we're not doing it how you actually say it. We're playing, but that was great. Like that, right? That was great. So this time, I opened my fridge.
I opened my fridge
Okay, great. What's your next sentence?
and found strawberries, cinnamon, and chia seeds.
Great. This is working, right? Isn't it
Yeah.
fun when it works? When I'm like, okay, I'm gonna guess which exercise to do and hope it works. And it was, I found strawberries. What was it? Cinnamon and chia seeds.
Chia seeds, yeah.
Okay, now let's mix it up. And found strawberries.
And found strawberries, chia seeds, and cinnamon.
Great. That was great. That was great. That's what we want more of. More melody. That's it. Don't focus on your feet. For the next 12 months of your life, focus on your melody. Your feet are fine. Focus on your melody. That was great. Americans will understand so much more just from your melody alone if you just work on that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. The next step, how would you do this at home? This. Let's say you have a speech you're working on, or a pitch, or like a sales script. I have my clients sing their sales script. There was a module in it in my audio course where we literally go like, hello, my name is Sammy. Hello, my name is Sammy. Like starting to sing everything you do so you can bridge the connection that your voice is a song. Okay?
Yeah, so just need a lot of practice. I have the same issue with my native language. Yeah, that's why I'm here. And
You're doing great. You just did it. I want to stress you just did it. What's your name?
Sergey.
Sergey. You just did it, Sergey. So
Yep.
do you want to do one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well. Because it's harder to do in front of people, and we're also here to hold you accountable to trying, right? So however you want to go about it, up and down.
So from the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Once upon a time, I woke up and didn't found anything.
Okay, use your hand. Use your hand. Use your hand. Up and down.
Once upon a time, I woke up and didn't found anything. I opened my fridge and found strawberries, chia seeds, and cinnamon. I mixed that up and made my best oatmeal breakfast in my life.
Cool. Okay. Okay, cool. Here's the next step for it, and we can't do it all today as much as I'm having so much fun with you. I really am. I just nerd out so hard with this. When you get more comfortable with using more of your vowels, all of this will be easier.
Yeah.
All of it will be easy, right? Bist, right now, like best, when we're using yours is bist, so it's very short, right? So there's not a lot of space and time to get around the vowels. Can I have you say best?
Best.
Yeah. Best.
Bear.
Yeah. It's uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
You're taking up more space, you're showing more emotion with it. And that's what it is, right? So I'll invite you to practice the mantra, I'm safe to be seen. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
You can put the microphone down if you want. I'm safe to be seen.
safe to be here.
I'm safe to have emotion.
I'm safe to have emotion.
Yeah. I'm safe to be seen in my emotion.
I'm safe to be seen in my emotion.
Yeah, and then slow that down.
Yeah.
That's your new mantra. You put that on a sticky note, I imagine the world will change for you. Same, period, end of story. I could work with you for a very long time because you're getting it. It just takes time.
Yeah, so it's a lot to do, a lot to learn and to practice. Yeah. So
Yeah. Do you all hear what I'm talking about with vowels, though? Do you hear that's like this is like how when Sergey, when Sergey felt safe to use his vowels, how that created more musicality. So I really wanted to try one more time so it's locked in. So let's just say once upon a time.
once upon a time.
There you go. That was it. That was
Once
it.
upon a time.
I ate breakfast.
I ate breakfast.
It was oatmeal.
It was oatmeal.
Yeah. You're doing it. I'm doing it to break your patterns. So what I'm doing, the reason why I'm doing melodies that aren't what we would do in English is because I'm helping you break a pattern. That's
Yeah.
why. It had cinnamon.
It had cinnamon, strawberries, and chia seeds.
Yep. Chia seeds.
Chia seeds.
There you go. Okay. Awesome. Great job. Great job. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Round
Thank
of
you so
applause.
much.
Yeah, absolutely. And so it's super vulnerable to do this work. That was great. That was really awesome. All right, you coming next? Please. And what's your name?
Igor.
Igor.
My name is Igor. I'm going to do that with the microphone because I always do it safer talking like. Okay, so once upon a time, or this morning, I woke up and then I thought I'm not going to eat anything until lunch because I'm doing intermittent fasting. And then every day I try to not eat in the morning, although I'm very hungry. Until one day I started working at Capital Factory and they have a lot of snacks here, which made my goal even harder. So because of that, I started eating a lot. And because of that, my friends told me that I'm getting fatter in the US because that's what they hear about the US. And because of that, I started going to the gym. And until finally, I started working out again. And I think problem is fixed. I'm going to the gym, made some new friends. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Cool. I'm going to have you do it again. I'm going to yell voices at you.
Yeah.
Start with her.
With what? Earth?
Yeah. That's what you're on. You already have it.
Oh, okay. So I woke up this morning and
Hair.
and I was trying not to eat anything because yeah, I read about this intermittent fasting thing, and but that gets me really mad because when I don't eat stuff, you know, and people talk to me, I just can't talk to them. Everybody just pisses me off. But then I keep my calm, and then I breathe in, and yeah, everything goes back to normal. I realize it's not the world that's going crazy, it's just myself.
Round of applause. We'll call it there.
Thank you.
Great. Did you notice how when he shifted he went to the emotion of each of the voices? That was pretty cool. I invite you to also play with your melodies. You have a very resonant voice, and there's more capacity. You have more capacity than you even know. I'm behind, so I have to keep going. But that was great. Great job. What did you learn from that?
I never thought about like Earth or like the way I saw it was just excited or not excited or something like that. So,
Yeah, nuance.
Yeah.
Nuance. Yeah, absolutely. All right. And then, like, what is the sound of excitement, right?
Thank you a lot.
Okay, and let's try to keep it to 45 seconds to a minute, okay?
Yes, I will try to do it as fast as possible. You want. So, but I will just have one request, whether I can change the topic into one that I'm familiar, which is different from food, because food is not really my favorite type. When I want to share, I don't have much experience, so I just worry that.
Use it how you want to use it.
Thank you very much for your help. So once upon a time, I used to start researching why people need to invest their money, apart from just use the money focusing on their career path. And then every day I start to research on the internet to see how I can invest the money. So there's a multiple solution come to me about stock, finance, investment. Until one day I have make sure that I will choose stock as the main target for me to make the investment. Because of starting to learning more about the stock investment, I have to have more way to access the internet to research more about technical analysis as well as fundamental analysis in stock investment. And because of that, I started to know how to trade without losing money. And because of that, I can save my investment. Until finally, I have figured out that investing is good, but saving money is more important. Because no matter how much money you earn, you can easily get rich by saving more money. That's what I want to share. Thank you a lot for your listening.
Perfect. See how we didn't know that you were done until you said thank you. Okay, cool. Real quick. Wait. You still get at least one redo that I'm going to work with you with.
Sure, yeah.
First of all, as much as I appreciate you talking to me over here, your audience is this way. Totally good. Everybody does it. What did I want to work with you on? Great use of using the story spine within your pitch. So that's a good example of doing that. Like once upon a time, this is what went wrong, and that's why I did this, and that's why I came up with this solution, and this is why you should put money into it, right? That's a great use of using the story spine. Let's find your Earth voice. What's your name again?
My name is V.
V. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, I'm V.
Hello, I'm B.
And I'm here to tell you about whatever your project is.
And I'm here to tell you about my part to learn about stock investment.
Okay, great. One more time. Stock investment.
Stock investment.
Yeah. So finding your voice right here, your chest voice here, especially with American businessmen. Look, especially if you're talking to anybody who's into stocks. My dad was a stockbroker. My boyfriend's a trader. They are rough human beings. They are New Yorkers through and through. That is all about Earth voice. Find your Earth voice because they're all fire. Okay?
Yeah.
Speaking right here. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Can you feel the vibration in your chest?
Hello.
It's literally vibrating in your chest. So there's three parts to your voice: your chest voice, your middle voice, your head voice. Everything starts in your throat, but your full body is where it resonates. So your chest, if your chest voice, the lower notes are literally resonating in your chest cavity. That's why we call it that. And that's why I say resonate in your chest. If you practice that every day and find that voice when you're pitching, it will make a big difference in people understanding you and receiving you as an authority in this space, okay? Can you practice that?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you?
Should practice more. I think so.
Well, it's not just practice anything, it's what you're practicing. I'm giving you something
Yeah.
very specific to practice.
Yeah, us voice. I understand about us voice. Yeah.
Great, that's awesome. Everybody nodded their heads once you did it, so that tells me that that was a good one. Okay, great job. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very
Pete.
much,
Yeah, play with that. And then send me a message on LinkedIn. And if any of you do work on this, or do please, I love it when people talk about it on LinkedIn or on social media and tag me. It really keeps me going, because sometimes I'm like, am I talking to an empty universe out there? Would you like to come up? Yeah, all right, cool, and we'll end with the ladies.
Do I have to follow the pattern? Yeah.
I mean, it's for your benefit.
Okay. So. Okay. So once upon a time, there was what would I call it? A 6'2" individual who wondered, like, what's it about doom scrolling that's so fun? And every day I would wake up every morning and I'm waking up 6:30, 5:30 to go to the gym, and I'm like, man, I'm tired. But what do? I still wake up. And until one day, I realized that, this is what I love to do. And through that, waking up every morning, going to the gym, going for that run, putting in that work, it just always feels good. And because of that, I always find myself going home and I'm contemplating two things. It's always, do I want to eat food or drink a protein shake? And I'm like, protein shake, eggs, protein shake. So what happens? I skip breakfast because I have a protein shake. And it just feels so much better. So I start off my day from the gym with a protein shake. Because of that, I'm hungry all the way till like 12. So I don't eat anything. So because of that, I do my usual packing of lunch just to be, on the safe side because I have no food. I haven't eaten breakfast. So I know, and because of that, I go home, wondering what's for dinner, until finally, I search up a recipe and I decide like, hey, this is what I'm gonna eat. Probably a steak or eat potatoes to go to bed. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What happened? What just happened for you? You were doing great.
I don't know. It's just the patterns kind of, because I had an idea of what I wanted to do,
Yeah.
but because of that, I kind of skipped on things that I felt like were
sure.
interesting in.
What this does is it helps you frame something in a way
and just
that
put
our
it.
bodies, our minds aren't able to do. You can start over, do it one more time, but this time I want you to go big. Because you already have a lot of expression,
So go big, like with the patterns, right?
No.
Any?
It's a bubble. Throw away the pattern.
Okay, let's do that. Okay,
Like
so
20 seconds.
I don't know, what's it about doom scrolling that's so fun or that feels so good? So this morning, I wake up after watching all the David Goggins, be tough, be hard. And I'm like, man, I wake up so motivated. I have to put in this work because I seen a video last night and it's from doom scrolling. So it just keeps me going every day. So wake up 6:30, I'm tired, I'm going through that. Just do it. I know you got it. Just, stay true to yourself. I know you got it. And I wake up, okay, looking for, go to my closet. Man, I have to find something to wear. And I, pick out the usuals, shorts, maybe a long sleeve shirt. It just feels good, comfortable. I love it while running. So I get to the gym, you see the usual, you see that nemesis that you always see, like, man, I never beat you. I'm gonna get you next time. And after that, you put in your work, get that jog in, it just feels good. You get home, the contemplating between, a protein shake. But I know with that protein shake, the peanut butter hates to see me coming. The way I scoop that, the big scoop of peanut butter, I'm just like, man, I love chocolate, peanut butter, the best combination.
No, it's okay. I'm just like,
The best combination. I'm like, nah, this eggs can wait for the afternoon. And I'm like, yeah, my protein shake, have that. After the protein shake, I'm like, I know I'm gonna be hungry at 12 p.m. So I packed my spaghetti from maybe 1 week ago. Spaghetti with meat. The usual. You put meat sauce. You get the what's it called? The beef, the ground beef. You just make it, something simple. You get your spaghetti. I'm going so confident, packing my lunch like a little kid growing up, taking lunch.
All right, I'm pausing you right there. I'm pausing you right there. Here's why. No, here's why. Here's why. You lost us. You were doing so great. You were doing so great. But here's why you were doing great. Because you were following the once upon a because. And as soon as you were saying, like, oh, this morning, and it was like, and you were on it, and this day, like the doom scrolling, I knew you had it because of that. All the way up into going to the cupboard, those were stackings because of that. But because you were fighting the structure, you landed the plane. You were like, screw that structure, I want to keep going. But so you were great. Your tone was great, your stories were great, your details were great. The big thing about telling a good story is knowing when to end it. And that's it. That's it, right? But you were so great, great storyteller. Great, just know what your punchlines are. That's it. Know what your punchlines are.
I felt like a great ending would have been like, got home and was feeling so great. And I got excited to do that tomorrow again.
Yeah. That's it. You were just stoked to keep going, which is good. Like, dude, go do some stand-up. I want to do an open mic version of this, but right now this is like, I have one human being only do so much. Come back when I have the open mic version. We're gonna keep going just because they're gonna take me out in 8 minutes. So, you want to come on up? Great job. You use all of your voices, and I really do want to say, like the beginning of that, when you jumped into it, it was really exciting. So lean into that more. Right? Use those vowels, girl. No, that's not your fault. Come on.
Hello. Okay. I hope everyone can hear me. Yeah. So here my friend talked about doom scrolling and running motivation. Every morning it happens with me. I'm running in my dream. Then I hear the alarm going and I hit the snooze button again, and it's already 9 a.m. I'm getting out of bed, running toward my laptop. First thing, hey man, did my manager call yet? No? Okay, chill then. Let's get to the kitchen, get the best thing out. And I look for my favorite tea. Is it the tea ready yet? No. Again, let's start first turning on the gas, putting in some hot boiled water, those really loose green black to leaf tea. And as soon as they start boiling, and then I pick up my favorite biscuits. I think there is very famous variety in India that you get that are very, has jam within in it, the layers of it, and that biscuit goes in my mouth and I feel the taste of it and I'm woke up. And that's it, my friends. That's a breakfast for me. Thank you.
Okay, great. How was that for you? How was that? Okay, yeah, for sure. Of course you were, right? Do it again, and this time I'm going to yell things at you.
Okay.
Start with air.
I woke up. I was running, going at this 5-mile pace in my dream. And suddenly I hear the alarm going, and I hit the soon button, and oh my God, I'm already late. How can I make it up? Did that my guy already called the manager? Is he already yelling at me? And he was about to, and he did not. I still have a time. I think I can make it. You can make it anytime if you have 5 more minutes.
Okay, pause. Very tough. Okay, but this time you're gonna do it water, and this time I can make it. Get really watery with it. Right now. With your body.
Okay. This time, I think I can really make it. If I try to just do it, try to just wake up early, I think I can really do it.
Yeah, that's great. So keep playing with that. Keep playing with your vowels like that, and you'll notice a big difference. I think that might be the key for you in various environments. You sound more like bubbly and playful when you're going up and down like that, and down here you sound like really serious. Yeah, for sure. What's up?
It almost feels like it's more your personality when you give that air and water. It almost felt like it's more you. I could really understand you and get a feeling of what you're trying to say.
In water while I was
No, in
doing air.
Yeah, when you were in the earth, when you were in your initial voice, I imagine a part of you. This is where I'm going to break down your trauma in front of everybody. I don't know if it's true or not. I imagine if your sister is really expressive, and I don't know if your mom is expressive, a part of you shut down and needed to be like the serious one. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm almost all the time. I'm the most. Yeah, I would say I'm most, I guess, calm, controlling, or keeping it together. I guess.
Yeah. Right. So there's a part of you that's always had to keep it together, and that shows in your voice. But the part of you that when you got really more airy and more in the watery and up and down, you were more expressive. We felt like we were being let into your world, and so it was warmer and it felt more like you. It felt more authentic, actually. So play with it. I think that there's a part of you that you don't even know yet, which is exciting.
Definitely.
Welcome to voice work. You're meeting parts of yourself you didn't know existed. All right, last but not least, my dear.
Thank you.
No, that was great. Thank you. And thanks for that observation. Enjoy. Oh, gosh.
Okay. So this morning, I had a caffeinated smoothie because every single day I am bombarded with meetings until 5 p.m. Until one day I decided that I'm not going to have caffeine on an empty stomach, so I mixed it with my smoothie. And this way, and because of that, I was both caffeinated and full all morning. And because of that, I actually paid attention to my meetings instead of wishing I wasn't there. And because of that, I just had a really good day until finally I made it to speaking practice and learned more about my voice.
Okay, woo! Okay, cool. First voice.
This morning, I had a caffeinated smoothie.
Whoa.
Huh?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I ask you, please, do you mind staying quiet while you're in the audience, just like everybody else is quiet? Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello.
Hello.
And then let's bring it up. Hello.
Hello.
Do you notice that you're kind of saying in the same 3 notes?
Mm.
I think you have more in you.
Yeah.
I think you have more in you that you don't know yet. So you're going to listen to Amy Winehouse and Adele this week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because they're both really earthy singers.
Yeah.
You're going to sing along to them to find that. So if we have more time, we can play with it a little bit now. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi, I am here.
Hi, I am here.
Hi, I am here.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, I am here.
Hi, I am here.
Hello, I am here.
Hello, I am here.
Hi.
Hi.
So it's a bit more, it might feel like lower energy to you right now. Really, we're just taking it down like 2 steps.
Yeah.
So 2 steps being like, C. Do you know how to read like a piano at all?
No.
Okay, so there's 8 notes, seven notes. We're going from 7 to 6.
Okay.
Now. So that's it. That's the big. It might
Gotcha.
feel like a world of difference for
Yeah.
you, but it's not for us.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're doing is like because you do have a tendency towards air.
Yeah.
So we're just bringing it down a little bit.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
give that authority.
Yeah.
All right. One more time. Start with that. Start somewhere.
Okay. This morning I had a caffeinated smoothie. Is that better? Okay. Because every day I have meetings bombarded until 5 p.m. And until one day I decided to mix my coffee and my breakfast in one. And because of that,
Okay, cool. Now this time you're gonna make your lips more vertical and try it like that. Like super posh, British. Like this. Do it like this. Grab your face. Yeah. Try it again.
okay.
I know we're being there's a reason behind it.
Actually, like, speak like this.
Speak like this. We're vertical lips like the queen.
This morning I had a caffeinated smoothie because every day I am bombarded with meetings until 5 p.m. Until one day I decided to mix my caffeine and breakfast in one. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you why we just did that. I was wondering what it was. I was like, okay, so it's not that your pitch is high. It's a little bit of good girl syndrome. I'm gonna go through it, and I'm going to be the good girl in this. And in that, like, everybody's going to see you as the girl who just gets everything done and has no boundaries.
Gotcha.
Right? So we're establishing authority. So bringing a little bit of that posh posture.
Uh-huh.
So you shifted your posture of your mouth. So the sound, instead of it being flat and wide,
Interesting.
it's inwards and it's going to have more direction.
Okay.
And that's it. Practice in the mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, knows what
perfect.
happens. Yeah,
Awesome.
We'll see what happens.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you all for round of applause. Thank you all for playing. I love this class. I will do it once a month, most likely, until my schedule's too crazy that I can't, or they kick me out, but Elijah won't kick me out. He loves me. So as I've said, like this, this is my life's work up to date. Everything that you've learned today is, yes, I've learned from teachers, but also from just me working with hundreds of people. I'm still obsessed with this. That's never going to change. I think that this is some of the most important work that I could do alongside the things that also pay me. I do have my YouTube channel I'm working really hard at right now to make it valuable and interesting and authentic and funny, because those are all the things that I, hope that I am and want to be. Pooper. Okay. The only reason is the other one is not accurate. You can actually get both of them through here. This is my link tree. My link tree has my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my YouTube channel, and then there are two ways you can still learn from me. One is that audio course, and the other is a human design reading. So that's where we tap into using your astrology blueprint to tell how people receive your energy. Because if people are constantly misunderstanding you, it might be that you're using an energy that you learned that isn't your authentic self. So for example, I am what is called a projector, which means I'm here to guide people. But if I'm not invited in to guide, it is unsolicited advice, right? So I can't do what I do here out in the real world. That's unsolicited advice. By being in my class, you have energetically invited me in, right? So the generators are here to light a fire into the world. Manifestors are here to start the thing. So yes, this is what I do. If you want to leave me a Google review, that's really great. Or Meetup is going to ask you to leave me a review also. Thanks for coming. Tell your friends. If you want to stay in touch on LinkedIn or social medias, Instagram and TikTok are really where I'm sharing, and YouTube are the things where I'm sharing all the good stuff right now. Also, if you parked in the parking garage, then we have validation to make it $8 instead of $32. And that's all I have for you. So thank you for coming. Yeah. Whoa, thank you all. That's it. That's what I got. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and sing. If there's any takeaway, sing. Sorry for such an abrupt ending, guys. You're fine. Oh, yes. Group photo. Jeez, I can't believe I forgot that again. Come back. Thank you. So that's left.
Right on the time.
No,
Do a poster up. Yeah.
it's such a running joke that every time I try to take a photo, I've had 45 people here and didn't take a photo, and it's like heartbreaking. Everyone do a selfie. Everyone get it behind me. Yay! Absolutely. One little trick is laugh while you're taking a photo.
that's the other thing, for sure, like, you know, all the cultures are different. And I still live in Brazil. Yeah, and I'll be here for 5 years. I live in a century.
There's too many things to keep up with. You're welcome. God kind of disagrees with you. There's a lot of opportunities and options to do that. There's a lot of all about nervous system regulation, sharing your voice, all about actually safety in the center. There are carnivore centers that I hang out at sometimes, and really just like a health conscious community. They'll have men's events, and they'll have a lot of like men's coaches at those events, where we'll do like expressing yourself in a room full of men. It's really cool. I've often talked to class of men, and it's very much about like building up men. What, sorry? Sapien, SAPIEN. They host a lot of events, and then there's a lot of like, there's this guy, I've never been to his events, but people keep inviting me to it. I just like, I'm a stepmom now, and when you're just in your life, you really like, much. There's this guy, he is this incredibly soulful man who hosts events and stuff. All we can do is that's awesome. Yeah, it's a C community.
Cool plunges.
Yeah, exactly. I figured you might like. There's a lot, and then the Austin Conflict community on Facebook.
Oh, they got Gen 2 and all of that.
Yeah, so they do stuff like that, song circles, and kind of like primal thing will really help connect your safe culture ways. That's the whole thing, is connecting safe culture ways to kind of get into the corporate stuff. You know, I can talk about different things in different environments. Yes, I can be very corporate. Hello.
Hello.
We're done.
Oh, perfect.
This is for you. I bestow upon you the sacred microphone.
Yeah, where I have an e-commerce brand, and there's an event happening here called Your Startup Sucks. They literally invite people on stage and like run through the mud. I think I heard about that. Yeah, so try it. It's so much fun. When does it happen? There is an event called Your Startup Sucks. Yeah, is it on email? Okay, it's on Luma.
They asked me to come be a judge at one of these.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Where do you go? I want to go this way, but